primary purpose of the port is to promote economic development in the two counties, Scott County and Cape Girardeau County. We do that by attracting industries to the port that are going to ship by barge as well as rail and truck. Our primary focus is on barge, also on rail though. What we do here is look for companies in terms of jobs and investment. Here we have some very substantial investment, and that gives us what's referred to sometimes as backbone jobs, the basic level jobs that can help support the local economy. And then we also have a ripple effect with indirect jobs that come about because of the activities here. Truck driving jobs, mechanic jobs, jobs with other companies in the area that utilize the port. But where we have our great strength is the different types of transportation we can offer. We certainly have access to barge, which is a tremendous advantage here. We have an 1,800-foot slackwater harbor, several dock facilities, including our large public terminal there, operated by Girardeau Stevedores. We also have a railroad that's a key advantage for us, which we own. Our SEMO port railroad, switching railroad, connects to the Burlington Northern Santa Fe and the Union Pacific, both major western railroads. That's a tremendous advantage in terms of, number one, just having service to both of them, but secondly, being able to obtain competitive rates for shippers, for customers here. We basically purchased a 6-mile line, which had been the Cape Girardeau branch of the Missouri Pacific Railroad. What we wind up with is a sort of a T-shape track configuration with Scott City and Union Pacific on the south end, Cape Girardeau and the Burlington Northern on the north end, and in the middle, the stub of the T comes out here to the harbor industrial area, serves our various customers. We're 4 miles from Interstate 55. We're about 1 mile from the TEPCO pipelines. They have 2 pipelines for petroleum products that run from Texas up to the East Coast and Chicago. They have a terminal here. They ship gasoline, diesel fuel, aviation fuel, benzene, toluene, I think some other types of petroleum products through the pipeline. We see that as a real advantage possibly in the future for companies that use some of those products. In terms of transportation, we are about 5 miles from the regional airport at Cape Girardeau. It can accommodate up to fairly large airliner type jets. Having access to the airport is good, more for executives, people coming into the different companies here. So we really have access to all 5 modes of transportation. Our port is new. Most of the construction began in the mid-1980s. Our streets and railroads are a foot above 500-year flood. The 93 and 95 floods, which were, I guess, the highest in the history of the Mississippi River, barely got to what here would be 100-year flood, and they're basically everything we have in terms of infrastructure is 3 foot above that level. Basically, the short answer is I think our standards are high enough that we have a good record here in terms of flood protection. Girardeau Stevedores, they operate the main public dock here, cargo dock we have. They handle darn near anything you need handled. The key thing with barge transportation is you're handling very large volumes and doing it very economically. That's where if you have products like coal or salt or wood chips, other things, grain, that's not, you're not going to send it by FedEx or truck. Having low-cost transportation is a major advantage. Helps keep us competitive in world markets. port has a slackwater harbor, 1,800 feet long, 230 feet wide at the design bottom depth, and out of that 130 is the navigation channel with berthing areas on both sides to berth or park barges. A barge can hold 1,500 to 1,800 tons. Again, translating that into perhaps terms that people can relate to, a typical barge will hold 60 to 70 truckloads of material. Some of the companies will take a truckload or two a day. Some of them have enough room that they might store some and then bring over several truckloads in a week. The barges themselves, there are a number of different towing companies that serve the area, and therefore you get the benefits of competitive barge service in terms of pricing, and depends on where the barge company is going and so forth, and who can give you the best deal. When they come to Cape Girardeau, there's a local company, Missouri Barge Line, Cape Girardeau Fleeting, that has switch boats, smaller towboats, and they and their crew will go out and then pull off, unhook several barges from the line haul tow, take it to a fleeting area, which is basically a parking area for barges, and they can move barges back and forth, get them set up for the line haul tow, and that way the people here at the dock facilities don't have to sit here and wait or stand by to move a barge out. They just call the fleeting company, the switchboat service, the way it goes.